Hello and welcome on this quick tutorial on the P80 Shooting Star in Korea. First of all, we're going to start the engine pressing the E button and move the throttle around 10%. Wait for a few seconds for the engine to spool up, and we're going to watch closely two gauges. The engine exhaust temperature should be in the green area and the RPM should stabilize around 35% once startup is complete. I'm using here the new quick menu featured in Korea, but you can also do that with normal keybinds. We're going to turn the landing and the navigation lights to on and cockpit information lights as needed. We're taking infinite daytime here, so I'm not going to use them. All we need to do now is release the parking brakes using this menu or the keybind. And finally close the canopy before taxiing. Right now we're going to taxi to the active runway, making use of our brakes to turn. There is no wheel steering on the aircraft. Takeoff flap should be set to 70%. Again, you can use the built-in menu or the controls that are showing up on the screen right now. This is a short review of all the instruments you have on your main panel, like your altimeter, your airspeed, and your vertical speed. And on the right side, the compass, the exhaust, RPM, and the fuel pressure indicator. At the bottom left side, we get the oxygen indicator. At the middle, we get the hydraulic pressure. And finally, on the right side, we get the fuel remaining in our tanks right now. Full throttle for takeoff, keep the flaps at 70, and the takeoff speed should be around 120 to 150 depending on your takeoff weight. Make sure to use a bit of your brakes to keep the aircraft centerline until it reaches a speed of 120. As you can see, it is quite slow to gain speed, and it requires a quite long runway to be able to take off properly. Wait until you reach at least 120 knots before pulling on the stick slowly. Once airborne, you can retract the gear and wait until you reach 150 knots to put your flaps full up. Right, now we're going to see how to actually land the plane now. You need to slow down to 200 knots before using the landing flaps, otherwise you'll just break them. Get your throttle down to 20%, I find is the best way to do this. As soon as we're going to go equal 200 knots, we're going to get full flaps down, so all flaps. And slowly bring the aircraft to final from this left base here. The approach speed should be around 120 knots, just like the takeoff speed. You need to be careful because the aircraft does drop like a rock when you go throttle idle, so at least keep like 10 or 20% throttle until you reach that speed. Don't hesitate to add more throttle, and in worst case, you can just go around and redo it again. When you get your plane on the ground, use your A brakes to slow it down, and then drop the nose and use your full brakes. Don't overuse the brakes, you can actually pop your tires. And that was it, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos.